Bryant. Housing has been a big topic at the state capitol in recent weeks.
Lawmakers say they have been hearing numerous concerns about the lack of housing and the difficulties from homeowners in buying or renting.
Supporters say Senate Bill 9 works to address some of those concerns. WKYT's Phil Pendleton explains what a priority bill in the Senate would address. Our top story at 5:30.
Numerous concerns have been shared that Kentucky simply does not have enough places for people to live.
Kentucky is short 206,000 housing units, and if we continue the current developing rate, in the next 5 years will be almost 300,000 housing units short.
Senate Bill 9 would set up some new housing or development districts to encourage new construction. One would provide an incentive to build houses.
The housing development district actually rebates over up to 7 years the property taxes back to the developer, so that incentivizes a developer to build a house.
Senate Bill 9 passed without anybody voting against it. One lawmaker, Senator Tichenor, decided to pass on it. It is actually one of several bills designed to address the housing situation in this year's session. Senator Mills says another bill would waive the sales tax on building supplies for first-time home builders and buyers. Another could add a fee on deeds to set up an affordable home trust fund.
We need to get people off the streets and things of that nature, people that are surfing couches. They hit affordable housing. If people move out of affordable housing into their first-time homeowners, that makes room for more affordable housing.
Senator Mills says the bill approved Wednesday simply removes some red tape and regulations to make the home construction process smoother. In Frankfort, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
And the bill now goes to the full Senate for consideration.
According to the Housing Gap Analysis, by 2029, Fayette County is predicted to have the 5th highest housing gap in the state, with a 22.2% gap to the total household ratio. Other counties predicted to be in the top 5 in 2029 include Simpson, Boone, Breathitt, and Kenton counties.
Major challenge.